Hello everyone, it's me again, GW Fan the Softcore Brony, welcoming you back to Let's Play My Little Pony Fantasy 6. Last time we beat Tritouch and fell into a cave around down here. And the theme of this cave is screwed, or rather, screwy. You'll be screwed if you all get screwy, because just about everything down here uses the screwy ability. So you'll want to use blue ribbons and white capes in here, and actually, I kind of want Pinky to be in the back row, because I'm not going to be really using her for cat scratch around here. So, let's see, I'm going to totally ignore going into that far right cave over there. So, let's go into this middle one first. Alright. Anemone and Tom Thumb. Tom Thumb's that tin soldier looking guy in the front there. Pinkie Pie. Would you use this real quick? Let's... what the heck? Okay, yeah. And then just soar. Yeah, those guys in the back, Anemone, are weak against fire. This guy here is weak against water and lightning. Ay-ya-ya. That was kind of scary. But also weak to Scootaloo. And I guess, yeah, the Anemone guy also absorbs lightning, so they don't try to multi-target that again when they're with the Tom Thumb. And anyway, Tom Thumb is okay to use draw against. You could get Step Mine, but yeah. Anyway, got a Berry Punch. What does that do? That restores like all MP or something, I think. Yeah, all your MP. I think there's only like 5 of these in the whole game. Now, there is a treasure chest down there, but one thing that this cave also has is pitfalls. And if I walk straight down here, I'm going to fall into a pitfall. And I don't want to do that yet. So, I'm going back this way. The same guys again. Alright, and over here, you'll notice these two kind of dark spots on the ground here. You want to avoid those. Those are pitfalls, the only visible ones in this area. Oh, yeah, this treasure chest. Okay, so... how close are you? You're really close, so I'm going to give you Phantom. Okay, hopefully I get into a battle before I get to the... oh, well. Anyway, I kind of want to be banished before opening the treasure chest because... monster in a box! Alright. Twi and Trixie, I need both of you right now against these pugs! Give me Phantom, or give me life! Or give me Mute, actually. Alright, now we're safe to fight these guys. They can't do much of anything to us. They're weak against fire. So, yeah, these guys appear on the Veldt, actually, although they're a little unique because you can't actually learn any abilities from them even if you bounce on them. It's kind of weird. Good thing about them appearing on the Veldt, though, is that they will... let's see, I need to actually attack. They will randomly drop Galadresses, which is, I guess, kind of a rare drop. Alright, that's good, Scootaloo. Otherwise, actually, maybe I should have her use Fiery... for Fire Dance instead. How... actually, no. She might accidentally target us with something. I don't want to do that and undo my Vanish. Alright, but you can also technically steal Galadresses from them, but they're at level 99, so, and it's a rare steal, so the odds of doing so are next to 0, especially at my level. So, it's not practical. Don't bother. You'll spend hours doing it, probably. Actually, hopefully they drop at least 1 Galadress. I want to have at least 3 by the end of the game. I've already got 1, and I plan to get 2 more from these guys. It's eventually. If I don't get 2 of them here, then I'll go for, I'll just, go get it in the Veldt. But yeah, like I was saying, they don't actually have an ability for Pinkie Pie to learn, so even if she bounces on them, darn, no Galadresses. Oh well, we'll get them later. Alright, and we'll restore. Need a Bahamut there. Yeah, but even if you bounce on them, they won't appear in Pinkie's list of abilities for some reason. It's kind of a weird deal, and I want to fall down now. I can't believe I've only met those same enemies 3 times in a row. There's other enemies around here, better ones. Some more important, we get our second power grip, the only other one I'm going to need for later on. And otherwise, I believe I want to go over... Yep. There we go. Kiwok and Poppers. Kiwok is the bird back there, weak against ice. Only enemy around weak against ice. Actually, let's go ahead and have you do that. Poppers are weak to fire, so Senior Behemoth again. One thing about Poppers, if you meet these, you do not want to be at level 33, because they know the stone ability, because they're at level 33, and it will do 7.5 times normal damage against you if they use it, pretty much killing you. So yeah, you don't want that. Let's see, there's only 2 more enemies around that I can meet. Hopefully I meet them soon. Alright, we got a switch on there. Don't press it, otherwise you'll fall back down to where we just were. We actually want this one. After this random encounter against the last enemy, this guy. Just do it by yourself, and you use Ice 2 against the bird, Kiwok. He's weak against fire, and he absorbs lightning. Not really impressive otherwise, as you can see. Apparently Vanish is really good for this whole area. Huh. What do you know? Oh, we got a white cape for free. That's cool. Alright. With this pitfall, we actually do want. We fall in here. Ooh. That's ominous. Alright, let's get ready. What's with this carving? Looks like a bone. Magicite? Sure, why not? Alright, now we get ready. Wait. Where's the Yeti? We're supposed to fight a Yeti here, aren't we? Well, no, not anymore. Not in this mod. The Yeti fight has been removed for obvious reasons. But we do have this strange diary here, which... Did that just do something to the... Huh. Oh, I was talking to Scootaloo. I don't know if you actually need to have Scootaloo in your party here. I'm not sure, 100% sure on that, to, you know, to read this. Pegasus Night, huh? Princess Luna. Tell her to meet me where the mountains meet the sky. D. Wait! D? You're being taught by D? Okay, no, not Vampire Hunter D. But hey, I wonder who D could possibly be, as if all the bronies didn't know that. I don't even know why I'm feigning ignorance. I'm on this subject. Whoa! Alright. Well, reading that triggered something around here. How much more do you have to go on Bahamut there? I need you kind of done with it already. Alright, I'm just gonna walk out of here, I guess, until I, either get out of here or find Bahamut. Or, I mean, not find it, but, you know, learn it. So, otherwise, I wonder if we can find this D. Where do you suppose she was talking about? Oh, I'm already out. Alright, well, I'll just meet you outside since we've all seen this already. You know, I realized maybe I should actually discuss what Torado is. I got so caught up in the whole Yeti thing back there, I kind of forgot about it. Which reminds me, another thing I'll have to do after this, too. Torado is an Earth Elemental. It's a little different than it was before. It has Quake, Freeze, and W Wind. Whereas before, well, you know, at these exact rates, but it's a little different from before. It always had Quake. But Freeze, this is new. It completely replaces that useless quarter spell from before. We've seen this. The Ice Dragon used it. It is stronger than Ice 2, but weaker than Ice 3, and is single target. You can't multi-target at all. But it uses, well, Freeze. It can freeze enemies, although I haven't really messed with it much, so I'm not really sure how useful that actually is. And then we have, W Wind, which, while this is still named the same, it's not the same as the original game. Instead of attacking all party members, and enemies with basically putting them down to critical HP, it's now just a flat-out wind elemental attack. Targets only enemies, second strongest in the game, second only to Kamikaze. It's pretty good ability, really. Very decent since very little in the game is actually weak against or strong against wind, but then at the same time, basically only flying enemies are weak against it, and typically only random cannons. You don't come across bosses that are weak against it very often. Two other things that are kind of interesting of a W-Wind is that it has two status effects with it as well. It also casts Seizure and the Slow spell, so you could, use this instead of learning Slow too, and you could hurt enemies and do Slow on them at the same time, provided they're not strong against wind or absorb wind while being weak against Slow. So yeah, the other thing that I realized I didn't discuss at all is the magic shield there, which I really could just do in the items. Where are you, magic shield? This is a pretty good shield, has auto shell and blocks all elements except for poison and holy there. Any pony can equip it, or not blocks, but 50%. You can teach a shell to rate of ×5, which doesn't really matter because every pony except for Rarity knows shell already. And it doesn't have any physical defense, but it has the highest magic defense and magic block in the game. Excuse me, in the game. I won't really be using this that much, but it will be very important for one character later in the game. So, D. The mountains. What mountains are they talking about? Because Mount Colts has been leveled since, since the World of Ruin, and that one, whatever that cave was called by Thamersa is gone too. The only cave around, or not cave, mountain around is, well, there's only one, and they're not up there, over here at, in the Mount Pegasus region. And then, otherwise, you gotta think, well, hey, what about this tower here? It's surrounded by mountains. It's, kind of in the sky, right? But no, that's not there either. No, honestly, before this mod, I didn't even know that you could come back here to Solitary Island where you begin, get into some totally random boss, or not boss, but random encounter, and then come back here. I had no idea you could do this until this mod. And I think it's pretty clever, because I had no idea that you could find this pony here. And you can only find her after doing that, after reading that diary. You don't actually need to have Luna or Scoot in the party, but I just thought it was appropriate. So, D. With the eye patch. Who are you? Oh. Well. I can see. I think we've already figured it out. Come on. You know who it is. Yes, will you come with us, Mr. D? Or Miss D, excuse me. I like that line. Alright. Hurricane? You're supposed to be Commander Hurricane? But your real name, of course, is Derpy, one of the, probably, yeah, the fan favorite of all the background ponies, although I think she kind of is somewhere above background pony status, but, below side character status at this point. She's kind of in a unique position. Ah. Yes, I have. Luna's pretty cool, even though she's totally outclassed by Faust. Will prevail! Haha! Alright! We got... Oh, it just pushes us back here. That's cool. And we got Derpy now, who is not in the party right now, at the moment, but, So, one question, though, remains. Is Derpy worth all that effort of going through that ridiculous cave? Or is she just as unrecommendable a character as her predecessor, Umaro? Well, let's find out right now! So, is Derpy worth all that effort back there. Not that it was like a lot of effort, but is she? Well, I would say yes. At least she's much better than Umaro because she's no longer a Berserker character. And I've already put her in the back row because that's basically where, every pony pretty much stays for the most part. So, as always, let's start with her stats. Now, as you can see, for the most part, her stats are actually a bit weaker than Umaro's, except for her magic, evasion, and magic block, and technically her battle power, but we don't really care about that. But that doesn't really hurt her at all because, as I already said, she's not a Berserker character. So she can actually, make use of the stats that she has. In addition, you're probably noticing, especially those of you who haven't played this game, that she has the shock ability. Alright, yeah, this is essentially the closest thing we're going to get to having Zecora in the party. Which, we've all wanted to have at least at some point or another, or at least with General Leo, So for those of you who, really don't know much about how shock works, since it was always, only used back in that one area. It's essentially a multi-target, non-elemental, unblockable magic attack that also, unfortunately, suffers from split damage. So it's stronger against single enemies, which you normally wouldn't be using that against, really. Now, shock, Personally, I consider it to be more of a commodity ability because even though it's kind of cool and it is useful every now and then, it's really not that powerful. Not powerful enough to really make a lot of use of, except in the occasional crowd control, which you could do better with the Wonderbolt Badge Soar, honestly. Really, I rank Shock to be among the bottom 3 in useful abilities, above only Draw and Stare, because even with it when equipped with 2 hero bands, Shock is still weaker than Soar with no accompanying relics whatsoever. Against a single target, that is. So, yeah. The other thing, Soar, it's kind of her bread and butter. It's the main thing we're going to be using with her. She has the same strength as Rainbow Dash. Exactly, 42. So you kind of think that maybe they'd be about even. But really, it's not, because Derpy here is a little special compared to the other soaring characters, and other characters in general. I'll start here with her relics real quick. She comes equipped with a black belt, and more importantly, a hero band. My 3rd one. Technically the last one I'm really going to need, but we're going to be getting more as the story progresses anyway, just because, they'll be around. The particularly unique thing about Derpy is that she's the only character who's not able to equip the Power Grip or the Magnet Hooves, and I don't know if it was an oversight or what, but somewhat ironically, she's not able to equip the Berserk Band either. But, however, even though not being able to equip the Power Grip, you would think would kind of make her lacking in power compared to Scoot or Rainbow Dash, since that does increase their power a lot more than equipping an Iron Award or a Bionic Hoof or a Hero Band. Derpy has a couple other things going for her, and that's in her general equipment. Now, just for starting, she comes with the White Lance, so even if you haven't gone to the trouble of doing all that stuff in the Cloudesium, she'll come with one for you to use, which is nice. And she also comes with all the strongest armor that you can purchase in the game, which means that it's essentially useless for me because of all the other stuff I've gotten. It'll only be useful for either selling or betting in the Cloudesium. Now, Derpy is the 3rd character in the game who can equip the Snow Muffler. So she's got that going for her, but more importantly, she has her unique equip, the Mailbag. And while it's not a spear and doesn't get the 2 times power bonus of Soar and only 1.5 times instead, Mailbag has its own unique quality, and that is that it has Auto Power Grip. Which, it doesn't even tell you it has. You kind of had to find that out on your own there. So yeah, when equipped with the Wonderbolt badge, she'll have an extra relic slot open for most likely a hero band, or maybe even the bionic hoof if you feel that's better. I'd actually kind of have to test to which one's better at this point. Yeah, in general, this is going to make her the strongest soaring character out of the three, at least up until we claim the strongest spear at the end of the game. Now, the only other thing about Derpy is her unique relics, the Derp Ring, and one other one that we'll be getting much later in the game. The Derp Ring here is, as I've already shown you before, absorbs fire and nullifies lightning, which is really its main use. Now, Derpy's fight command is actually the same as Umaro's. If we get into a battle real quick to demonstrate that, she uses his unique fight abilities if you use it. Let's see if I can get her to use it right now. Oh, yeah, she's also kind of the slowest of the soaring characters, but that's not really that big a deal. So, yeah, she has her normal fight ability. I'm surprised he didn't run away. They always run away when there's more than one enemy around. And then also she uses... Not that. Come on, Derpy, use it. Show him who's boss. But that! It's basically her fight command, except that it also ignores defense. Oh, and Luna learned a bunch of stuff. Okay, anyway. The thing with the Derp Ring here is that, while giving her a major strength boost there, she will occasionally pick up another character. So long as she's in the battle with at least one other character, and that character is not asleep or muddled, she'll be able to use another ability, by picking them and throwing them, which is very amusing in its own right. Let's see if I can get her to do it real quick. Yeah, and he'll escape. Come on, Derpy, do it! There we go, yeah! Yeah, that wasn't really much stronger, though, unfortunately. It's essentially her battle power and the battle power of the character she's thrown, and also ignoring defense for calculating damage there. Unfortunately, it's not really that useful for anything other than using the elemental defenses, because even if equipped with, a hero band or whatnot, Soar is still more powerful than any of those fight abilities without any accompanying relics. Again, so yeah, unfortunately, those aren't really useful for, the abilities that they're kind of intended for there, unless you really want to use her as a tank for, absorbing elements, in which case I suppose you'd probably want to equip her with a Knight's Oath there to guard other party members when need be. So, otherwise, Derpy and Pinky are the only two characters who don't have the quote-unquote limit breaks, which really doesn't matter. But yeah, that's Derpy, who really is a great character for most of the game up until a certain point there. Strongest soaring character and all that, unless you're trying to do elemental weaknesses of Holy. But, yeah, so since we're done with all the other stuff that I really wanted to do, the important things, like getting the Tri-Touch and, Clover Robes and all that, I can finally get back to, well, I'm not really going to follow the story as it's the quote-unquote story, but we're going to be going over here to Las Pegasus next time on Let's Play My Little Pony Fantasy 6. Arrivederci.